Welcome to the National Basketball League Playoffs, Game 1 of the Women's Finals between JD Jaguars and UCU Canons. We come to two teams. JD Jaguars was the regular season winner, but now UCU is back in the finals after a while, and tonight we see who draws first blood. We talk to the fans to find out how they are excited to watch this game and who they think will win this game. Let's go to the fans and find out what they think. Hi. Hi, how are you? Why do? Why are you speaking in tongue? How are you?
Fine, how are you?
Who are you supporting tonight?
The ladies game.
Hey, ladies game.
I'm supporting UCU Lady Canons, because I'm a former student of UCU, and so they play very good basketball, and that has been, the course.
But these are two UCU teams. One is UCU A with UCU B. So which UCU are you supporting?
So I'm supporting the original UCU. So.
You're fake. But we wish UCU all the best. Do you think JT Jaguars will put up a fight, given it's in the finals again?
I think they would, because I think they're all good teams, and I think it's going to be very, very competitive. Yeah.
Oh, well, thank you. You heard it from him. He's supporting the original UCU. Let's turn to this side and see. Hi, mister. You don't speak to the cameras. You're shy. You don't have English. Hi, how are you? You're early for the next game. Are you here to watch this game or the next game?
I fear camera.
Just say something small.
No.
You don't want. Okay, cool. We move on to more people. Well, the game is about to begin, and we shall speak to one of the coaches. We can go to the coaches, to the other desk.
Let's go about 7.5 minutes to tip-off of game 1 of the ladies finals. Welcome to the arena, and as been the tradition, they will have their pre-game announcements. So we will have a lineup of both teams presented for the ladies final. This being game 1.
Oh, no, it's okay. Well, we are going to speak to the FUBA official. How are you, FUBA official? Why don't you want to speak? Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, but just speak. What are your expectations?
A good game. A good game.
By a good game?
Fans enjoy, the players are okay, everyone is okay. A good night of basketball.
Okay, a good night of basketball is what we want tonight. We move to the fans to see. And hi, officials, are you ready for the game? This is Team JT Jaguars. UCU. How are you, UCU?
Yes.
Which UCU are you supporting?
Automatically.
UCU, UCU.
The alumni will forgive us for today. But today we are Team UCU, the main.
Why do you think this game is very important?
It's very important to us because we have to show our pride as UCU. No matter what, these girls were ours, but they have gone. It's okay. Yeah, we also feel it's a pity for them, but as UCU, we have to keep our pride as the most successful club in the league.
Now, the JT Jaguars beat you home and away in the regular season. Do you think you can go past that, or they are going to sweep you?
That is not a problem. We were learning them. So right now they will know what it means. Most of the times in regular season, sometimes you're still learning a little bit, and our girls have learned. We had new students who had come in, and now at least I'm sure that they have learned something. And I can assure you, this game one, we are taking it.
So you're drawing first blood. Are you sweeping or?
We may not sweep because personally, I wouldn't want a sweep. I want it to be more entertaining like the men's game. I want it to go to game 7. I don't expect a sweep, but I can assure you UC is going to win this. It is going to be even more entertaining than the men's game, I can assure you.
You've heard it. The game is going to be more entertaining than the men's game. With a few minutes to go, we are going to cut to Vinny and start the game because it is JT Lady Jaguars versus the UCU Canons. He says they need one.
We need one game at UCU.
Yeah.
Because this is a UCU alumni versus UCU Lady Canons. So we need one game at UCU. They should give it to us as fans. We want one game at UCU on our courts. Because this is the coach is from UCU. So let's get one game at least and enjoy for our fans who are still there.
Okay, you've heard it from him, but right now let's cut to the game that starts in just a couple of minutes. It's JT Lady Jaguars versus the UCU Canons. Some say UCUA versus UCUB. Okay, over to you, Vinny.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the National Basketball League Finals. This is game 1 in the ladies category. The UCU Lady Canons taking on the Jetty Jaguars, the Jetty Lady Jaguars. And don't forget, this is the second time the Jetty Jaguars are making it to the finals, having played the JKL Dolphins last year. Of course they lost, but this year, 2026, they are finally back to make a statement. They'll take on the UCU Canons. I mean, during the regular season, both teams got it done at 1 apiece for both teams. Of course, the UCU Canons taking game 1 and the Jetty Jaguars coaching game 1. I mean, taking game 1. And on the floor right now, there's player introductions. The UCU Canons, of course, in their blue colors. In a little while, we shall have the Jetty Jaguars. Of course, do not forget, the Jetty Jaguars is coached by one of my best friends, Sudi Ulanga, and the UCU Lady Canons, Nicholas Natuherez.
I'm going to pick from your notes what I'll say after the game. Like what you say. So
You think you'll hear anything? There's too much.
Are you for real? On Sunday, like after the game, I was watching with like some family because they know I'm part of Kawowo. They say we want to buy Vini beer. So I said, yeah, I've never seen it. And I told them, if you're buying this, you buy all the other people I know. Because me, I've never seen it. Now that I've seen it, when I come back.
Good evening, Kampala. Good evening, Uganda. The stage is set, the lights are on, and the road to the championship ends right here at the MTN Lugogo Arena. Welcome to the National Basketball League Women's Finals, where two giants of Uganda, Ugandan women's basketball meet with everything on the line. On one side, the Jetty Lady Jaguars, a team that knows what it feels like to play on this stage. Having reached the finals in 2025 season, they are back hungrier, stronger, and determined to finish the job this time around. And standing across them are the UCU Lady Canons, a team with championship ambitions of their own, ready to challenge the Jaguars for the biggest prize of the season. Tonight, the past means nothing, the regular season means nothing. The only thing that matters now is who can win 4 games and lift the trophy. Experience against ambition, Jaguars against Canons, 2 teams, 1 championship, and a best-of-7 battle about to begin. The crowd is ready, the players are ready, Kampala's ready. Jetty Lady Jaguars versus UCU Lady Canons. The NBL Women's Finals are here. 4 wins for glory, 1 trophy for immortality. Ladies and gentlemen, let the championship battle begin. And the lead referee for tonight's game is Becca Mande Chambade Njuki, assisted by David Sefuma and David Opolot. Just a couple of seconds before the referees can get the game started. Head coach for the UCU Lady Canons, Nicholas Natuhereza, assisted by Emmanuel Chigui. And for the Jetty Lady Jaguars, Sudi Ulanga. And looks like the starting five for both teams. Hajara Najuko, Sheila Lamunu, Matrina Anyango, Nachituka Sylvia. And of course, Nantongo Sylvia. Those are the starters for the UCU Canons. And for the Jetty Lady Jaguars, Shakira Namvubia, Sarah Ageno, Brenda Kayaga, Masi Batamuliza, who's finally back into the starting lineup, having represented Uganda in the just concluded Commonwealth Games in Scotland. And not forgetting one of the three-point assassins, Maimuna Nabosa. There goes the captain, Lamunu, Sheila. And the ball is finally in the air. Masibata Muliza wins the tip. Oh my goodness, that looked like a backward violation by Nabosa. First turnover of the game with only 4 seconds played. And Nabosa with the first turnover of the game. Of course, it was not intentional. Now here comes Sheila Lamunu picking up Sylvia Nachituka. The hustle for the, that's what the finals is all about. And there goes another turnover by Nantongo Sylvia. That's a travel. You don't hustle for the ball. Get on the floor and get back on your feet. That definitely always amounts to a turnover. Here comes Brenda Kayaga, who was out injured for most of the regular season. On to Sarah Ageno, former champion. Most of the players on the Jetty Jaguars team are former UCU Canons players. Shakira Navubia, Maimuna Nabosa, and Sarah Ageno, all former players of Uganda Christian University. An attempt on the three by Brenda Kayaga, just a defensive rebound to the Canons. Here comes Sheila Lamunu looking for options. She picks up Nachituka. Nachituka tries attacking the basket, picks up Sheila Lamunu again, a couple of seconds on the 24. Nantongo onto Matrina. Matrina tries to turn her way to the basket, and airball by Matrina. Sarah Ageno shuts the door. Now transition, Kayaga for the two, and also misses. No points scored by either team so far. Now Hajara Lovi, Captain Hajara Lovi, just directing traffic for the UCU Canons. Now Sheila Lamunu. Beautiful defense by Sarah Ageno, but Matrina gets the first 2 points of the game in favor of the UCU Canons. Just a nifty turnaround jumper, just showing off her footwork. Now Ageno looking for options, picks up Kayaga. Kayaga onto Batamuliza. That's a poor pass by Shakira Navubi, and the ball goes out of bounds. 1 minute, 55 seconds played. It's 2 points to the Canons and 0 to the Jetty Jaguars, first runner-up in the 2025 season. Of course, they lost to the Jetty Jaguars. Here comes Sheila Lamunu. Looks for the pick and roll. Now Nachituka for the three, puts up one and fails to deliver. That's just an out of bounds. What a poor shot. Seven minutes, 44 seconds. Only 2 points scored. Just a couple of nerves. The ball is lost. One of the officials is going to help us get the ball. The game, of course, has paused momentarily. Game one of the best of 7. The Jetty Jaguars with back-to-back trips to the finals. Matrina Nyango getting the first 2 points of the game. I'm definitely sure Coach Sudi Ulanga and the Jetty Lady Jaguars will respond in style. Experience. Taking on determination, Kira Navubia, a Uganda national team player, picks up Batamuliza. Batamuliza fakes, goes up. And the door is shut. Sylvia Nantonga with the beauty on defense. Possession back to the Jaguars. Couple of nice defensive stops by both teams. Now Shakira for the Canons, picks up Kayaga, corner three, and Kayaga fails to connect, and the ball goes out of bounds. Pressure time here. I mean, some nerves for both teams. During the semi-finals, the Jetty Jaguars were 3-0 against the Magic Stormers, and the UCU Canons were 3-1 against the KCCA Lady Dolphins. Now Kayaga Brenda for the three, and this time she fails to connect. Kayaga Brenda, one of the three-point assassins for the Jetty Jaguars. Very low scoring first quarter this. Almost getting halfway to the quarter and only 2 points scored. Now Nantongo, oh my goodness, beautiful defense. Almost a turnover. Now Nakituka kicks it out. Nantongo, three ball, bang bang. Sylvia Nakituka. Sylvia Nantongo connects for the three. It's now 5 points to the Canons and 0 to the Jaguars. But Amuliza this time fakes, tries going up, and it's just another turnover. Possession back to the Canons. It's 5 points to the UCU Canons, and Lamunu squeezes one, gets 2 more points. Spectacular stats by the Jetty Lady Jaguars, by the UCU Canons. Here comes the Canons once again. Sheila Lamunu on the races. Block shot, rejection, not in my house, says Maimuna Nabosa. Just with the block. With 7 points to the Jaguars, to the Canons. Masibata Muliza comes through on defense. 5 minutes, 39 seconds. Coach Nicholas taking on his former player. Of course, Coach Sudi Ulang is also a former UCU Canons player. So it's the students taking on the teacher today. Of course, Coach Nicholas Natuhereza, with vast experience to his belt. He's actually the coach of the Gazelles. That's the girls' national team for Uganda. It looks like it's a backcourt violation. Coach Nicholas Natuhereza trying to challenge the call. Now Ageno on to Masi. That's a pushing foul by Matrina Anyango. Matrina Anyango picks up her first personal foul of the game. It's just the sideboard to the Jetty Jaguars. The Canons with a beauty on defense in the opening stages of the game. Now Kayaga picks up Ageno. Ageno, those are 3 steps to the basket, and she gets the 2 points. The referees missed the travel, and Coach Nicholas saw that one. It's now 2 points to the Jaguars. Now Masipata Muliza on the wrist. Up she goes. She just fails to connect. 5-point difference. Pressures by Sheila Lamunu. On to Nachituka, and that's another turnover. Poor pass by Nantongo. Now Kayaga. Nicely done by Brenda Kayaga. Her three-point shot is off today. Trying to look for other options. Now Kayaga floats one, gets the 2 points. Nothing but the net. Picture perfect baskets by Brenda Kayaga. It's now a 3-point difference. Here comes the Canons. Sarah Geno guarding Matrina Nyango very aggressively. The Jetty Jaguars now with the beauty on defense. Lamunu, and that's a foul by Masibata Muliza. It's going to be 2 free throws. Looks like Coach Nicholas Natuhereza calls for the first timeout of the game. 4 points to the Jetty Lady Jaguars and 7 to the UCU Canons. Thank you for being part of the live stream today. For the viewers outside there, please do not forget to subscribe and be part of the Kawowo Sports family. And do not forget, of course, to like what you're watching. More basketball action coming your way. Keep it Kawowo Sports. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Sheila Lamunu will shoot a pair from the charity line. She was fouled by Masi Bata Muliza, who picked up a fast personal. It's going to be 2 free throws. She gets 1 of the 2. 4 minutes, 18 seconds, first quarter basketball. It's a 4-point lead. She gets 1 for 2. And Masi, her strength is picking defensive rebounds. Both defensive and offensive rebounds. Possession back to the Canons. Now Matrina tries looking for Sheila Lamunu. That's a jumbo. Possession back to the Canons. Nifty pass by Sheila Lamunu, by Matrina Nyango. Just picks Sheila Lamunu. And Sarah Geno, the experienced veteran player, comes through on defense, forces a jumbo. Now Lamunu turns around, floats one up, down she goes, and just an airball. Here comes Masibata Muliza and the Jaguars. Kayaga 3-ball, fails to connect. And Nabosa Maimuna with the offensive rebound. Now Nabosa, that's a foul by Sarah Namale. Sarah Geno had her lost on defense. She made the right decision by fouling. Looks like Coach Sudi Ulanga will make his first substitution of the game. Nambogo will check in for the Jaguars. Out goes Brenda Kayaga, who has 2 points. Who has actually 4 points for the Jetty Lady Jaguars. She actually has 2 points, I beg your pardon. She had a nifty teardrop. Just a sideball. Possession to the Jetty Jaguars. Very low scoring quarter this. Nabosa 3-ball and she misses everything. It's not going Jetty Jaguars' way. And Bridget Abba checks into the game. Masibata Muliza goes to the bench. Bridget Abba is actually a former UCU Lady Canons player. 4 players on the floor right now are former UCU Lady Canons players. Ooh, beautiful pass. Martina Nyago connects with Sarah Namale. They just stretch the lead to 6 points. Tough times here for the Jetty Jaguars. And Mbogo pulls up for the 2. And that's a foul. It's going to be 2 free throws. Let call, but it's the right call. Ajara Nyajuko will also go to the bench. Zoe Tech on the floor. Ajara Nyajuko just picking up a first personal foul. And Zoe Tech on the floor. Zoe Tech, daughter to one of the greatest in Uganda basketball history, Henry Malinga. What a blessing Henry Malinga has been to the Uganda basketball world. And Abogo misses one. Misses 2 for 2. Sarah Namale with the defensive rebound. And she brings the ball up front and hands over to Sheila Lamunu. Now Matrina for the 3. Matrina fails to connect. Lamunu with another offensive rebound. That's a foul by Nambogo. Lamunu just doing damage in the paint. Naturally, a #1 player is doing havoc in the paint, forcing a jumbo earlier on, and yet again forcing a foul. Here comes Lamunu. On to Namale. Namale kicks out to Nachituka, corner 3, and Nachituka misses. Still a 6-point difference, 10 points to the Canons, 4 to the Jaguars. 2 minutes, 30 seconds. Above Bridget, on to Namvubia. Shakira showing off her handles. Oh, that's a blocked shot. Poor by Namvubia. And that's a turnover. Zoe Tech failing to connect with Sylvia Nachituka. Looks like Coach Sudi Ulanga will make a double substitution. Now Bosa will sit on the bench. On comes Azida Nabayunga and Wangeshi. On the floor for the Jetty Jaguars. Coach Sudi Ulanga with a couple of substitutions here. Here comes Wangeshi, taking her time. Oh my goodness, a turnover. Sarah Geno trying to pick up Nambogo, and out the ball goes out of bounds. One minute, 58 seconds, only 14 points scored in the game so far. That's a pushing foul by Azida. Actually a holding foul. She also gets a first personal foul. No team in the bonus yet. It's just going to be a side ball. 3 team fouls for the UCU Canons and 4 for the Jetty Jaguars. Down goes Nachituka. This is what basketball is all about. Now Anyango Matrina with nowhere to go picks up Namale for the 3. Namale fails to connect, and Matrina with the offensive rebound, and she just fails to reward herself. Now Wangeshi, precious by Wangeshi, just trying to look for the best option. He picks up Azida for the 3, and Azida misses. Now Wangeshi for the 2. Wangeshi also misses. Now Zoe Tech on the races, picks up Nachituka. Now Lamunu back to Nachituka. Lamunu for the 3, and Lamunu misses everything. Sarah Lamane cleans the glass. Another attempt for the Canons, and that's going to be a jumbo. It's going to be a jumbo, and this time possession will go to the Jetty Lady Jaguars. Kotsudi Ulanga with the substitution. Out goes Sarah Geno. She needed the breather. the only player on the Jetty Jaguars team who had not yet taken a break. Now all 5 players on the floor for the Jaguars are fresh players, newly introduced by Coach Sudi Ulanga. And for the Canons, Sheila Lamunu and Achituka, the only players who started the game. Now Bar Bridget's looking for options. Picks up Azida. Azida for the 3. Azida misses everything. She also fails to connect. Just the nerves for the Jetty Lady Jaguars. Attack Zoe, drives by and kicks it out to Nachituka. Oh my goodness, the door is shut once again. Now Lamunu onto Aseru. Aseru with the butterfly fingers. Sheila Lamunu with possession, 13.5 seconds. Only 14 points scored in the game so far. There's a 6-point advantage to the UCU Lady Canons. That's a substitution. Asasha on the floor, out goes Nachituka. And of course Sheila Lamunu on the floor. I mean, out she goes. 13.5 seconds possession to the Canons. Now Asasha picks up Namale. Namale floats one up, and that's a 24-second clock violation. 7.6 seconds. Now Wangeshi on the races. Wangeshi for the 3 to beat the buzzer, and she fails to connect. And we'll finally come to the end of the quarter. What an action-packed first quarter. This has been the UCU Canons going to the break with a 6-point advantage. Only 4 points put up by the Jetty Lady Jaguars. It's 4 points to the Jaguars and 10 to the Canons. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Very low scoring quarter it was. 4 points to the Lady Jaguars and 10 to the Lady Canons. Just some nerves in the first quarter. The time here, start off the game. I thought pressure was supposed to be at the end or towards the end of. Looking for options. Wangeshi with the beauty on defense onto Aseru, and Aseru turns over. Now Nambogo picks up Wangeshi, back to Nambogo. Nambogo for the 3, and this time she misses everything. And look at Bata Muliza Masi with the offensive rebound, and down she goes. Now Sasha, that's a foul, and it's a basket. Sasha gets 2 more points for the Lady Canons. She'll head to the free throw line to complete the 3-point play. Sasha will shoot 1 free throw to complete the 3-point play. Of course, the old-schooled way, and she gets the free throw. It's now up to an 8-point lead. Oh my goodness, what is happening to the Jetty Lady Jaguars? Now Mercy Batamuliza on to Azida, picture perfect pass. Mercy to Azida, the combined for the 1-2 punch. And the Jetty Jaguars with the response, with the early response in the quarter here. Igiraneza. Aseru takes her time, picks up Namale. The Canons just exchanging passes. Now Sarah Namale. That's a turnover. Namale trying to look for Zoe Tech. And the ball goes out of bounds. It's a 7-point lead for the Jetty, for the UCU Lady Canons. On to Batamuliza. Now Nambogo. Patience by the Jaguars. Still a very, very long game this. Now Abba Bridget. On to Wangeshi. Wangeshi to Nambogo. Nambogo for the 3. And Nambogo misses Sasha with the foul after the attempt. It's going to be 3 free throws for Nambogo. And she gets the first one. She gets the second. That's beautiful shooting by Nambogo. She gets 3 for 3. That's exactly what the Jetty Lady Jaguars needed today. And I hope that is the momentum. They only scored 6 points. Mercy almost stealing that one. Onto Igiraneza. Now Sasha, now Aseru. Aseru with nowhere to go. And Aseru turns over. Here comes Wangeshi on the races. Picks up Nambogo. Corner 3. Bang, bang! Finally, the Jetty Lady Jaguars with the triple. Nambogo gets the triple. It's now down to a 1-point difference. Igiraneza for the long 2. And Abba Bridget with a defensive rebound tries to get Mercy Batamuliza, who was on the races. Sasha response, misses everything. Now here comes Mercy Batamuliza. And Batamuliza with the turnover. Oh my goodness, that was poor by Mercy. Sasha rejected by Abba Bridget. Abba Bridget very clutch on defense. Here comes the Jaguars. It's a 1-point difference. 7 minutes, 17 seconds, better quarter compared to the first quarter by the Jetty Lady Jaguars. Batamuliza to the basket, up she goes. She actually gets her own offensive rebound. It's going to be a jumbo, and possession will go back to the Jetty Lady Jaguars. And Coach Nicholas with the substitution. Out goes Aseru. And Matrina Nyango back on the floor for the UCU Lady Canons. Matrina Nyango leading all scoring for the UCU Lady Canons. She has 4 points. Possession back to the Jaguars. Wangeshi will inbound for the Kira Best team. Mercy catch and shoot to beat the buzzer. And Matrida Nyango with the defensive rebound. Now the Canons on the wrestles. On to Zoe Atek. Atek to the basket, kicks it out to Sarah Namale. And Namale with the friendly roll. Gets the 2 points, stretches the lead to 3 points. Nambogo with 6 points for the Jetty Lady Jaguars. Now again Osara picks up on Wangeshi. Wangeshi crosses over, almost loses the ball momentarily. Floats one up on a 24-second clock violation. Now the Canons on the wrestles. Matrina Nyango, that's a travel. That's a travel by Matrina. And ref David Opolot, very spot on. He wasn't about to let that one go. 6 minutes, 15 seconds. Nervous time here. And Coach Nicholas with a double substitution. It's actually a single substitution. Sheila Lamuno back on the floor. 12 points to the Jaguars and 15 to the Canons. Bridget Tabar, poor pass by Wangeshi. Just another turnover now. Zoe Atek picks up Nachituka. Matrina now. Zoe Atek stops and pops and fails to connect. Matrina Nyango with yet another defensive rebound. Matrina, corner three, bang bang. Matrina Nyango with the trip on Coach Sudi Ulanga without any hesitation. Calls for timeout. Matrina Nyango stretching the lead to 6 points. It's 12 points to the Jetty Lady Jaguars and 18 to the Canons. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. 5 minutes, 36 seconds. It's a 6-point lead for the UCU Lady Canons. 12 points to the Jaguars and 18 to the UCU Canons. Coach Sudi Ulanga with the timeout. Oh my goodness, almost a poor pass by Nambogo. 5 minutes, 32 seconds. Coach Sudi Ulanga with the timeout to try and change some tactics here. Now Azida Nabayunga picks up Wangeshi. Wangeshi pulls up from deep and Fancy connects. Azida with yet another rebound. Now Nabosa. Back to Wangeshi. Wangeshi fakes, oh my goodness. Wangeshi to the baskets, gets the 2 points. I mean, do not forget Azida Nabayunga came through with the screen. That is why it was very, very easy for Wangeshi to make the 2 points. It's now down to a 4-point difference. And Coach Nicholas Natuhereza calls for yet another substitution, another timeout of his own. It's a 4-point difference, 5 minutes, 5 seconds. Game one of the best of 7 series in the girls category. The Jetty Lady Jaguars taking on the UCU Lady Canons. Komish. Man, when is our tournament? Our tournament. Next year, eh? To be this year. But you need me this year. But there's no case there. There's no case. Get a birth certificate and a national ID. All right, ladies and gentlemen, of course. Welcome back. It's a 4-point difference. The Jetty Lady Jaguars with a dominance in the second quarter. Better quarter compared to the first quarter. Of course, the tactics by Coach Sudi Ulanga have come in very, very handy. The teacher versus the students. Coach Sudi being the students and Nicolas Natuhereza being the teacher, and Zoe Tech. Picture perfect pass by Namale again to Zoe Tech, who was fouled by Wangeshi. It's going to be 2 free throws. Third personal foul for Nambogo. It was actually a foul on Nambogo. She picks up a third personal foul. I hope Coach Sudi Ulanga has noticed that. And Tech Zoe makes 2. 1 for 2. And Nachituka, up she goes, squeezes one in. And they stretch the lead to 7 points. Wangeshi onto Ageno. Ageno picks up Nabosa. 3 ball. Nabosa misses everything again. Oh my goodness. Nabosa failing to connect to the. Now Namale turns around, fakes, puts one up, gets her own rebound, and fails to deliver. Now Nabosa just bringing the ball forward for the Jaguars. Nambogo fakes, sidesteps, and fails to connect. Tough times here for the Jaguars today. 3 minutes, 58 seconds. Here comes Namale and Zoe Tech trying to cook something. Attack Zoe out to Nachituka, and also Nachituka has failed to connect from deep today. Now Wangeshi onto Nambogo, corner 3. Nambogo also misses, and there's a pushing foul by Sarah Ageno, trying to be very, very aggressive on the offensive rebound. A triple substitution by Coach Sudi. Brenda Kayaga, Shakira Namvumi, and Masi Batamuliza on the floor. 7-point lead for the UCU Lady Canons. A take on to Matrina. Now a take Zoe. On to Namale. Namale fails to get the 2 points. And Matrina Nyango almost getting the offensive rebound. And the ball is slapped out of bounds. Yamuno on to Namale. Namale once again to Zoe Tech. Sarah Namale with yet another assist. And this time she picks up Zoe Tech, who gets 2 more points. She now has 3 points, 2 on them. 3 minutes, 10 seconds. It's 14 to the Jaguars and 23 to the Canons. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being part of the Kawowo Sports live stream. This is game one of the best of 7. We promise to give you all 7 games. Of course, that's if it goes to game 7. 3 minutes, 10 seconds here. It's a huge lead. It's a 9-point lead for the UCU Lady Canons. 14 to the Jaguars and 23 to the Canons. Here comes the Jaguars. Shakira Namvubia. Shakira turns over. What was she thinking about? Poor layup by Shakira. And there's 2 more points. Nachibuka gets 2 more points for the Canons. Now up to 11-point difference. 2 minutes, 40 seconds. Now again, up she goes, squeezes one. That's veteran experience by Sarah Geno. Nicely done by Sarah. The Jaguars really needed that one. Nachibuka, corner 3. And that's a failed attempt. It's actually Namukwaya, not Nachibuka, for the UCU Lady Canons. It's a 9-point difference. Now Shakira on to Kayaga. Now again, posting up on Matrina Nyango. Picks up Mercy for the 2. And Mercy fails. Way off. She actually tried getting her own offensive rebound. Here comes the Cannon. Lamunu. On to Matrina. On to Sylvia. And Sylvia fails to connect. Oh my goodness. What a tricky game this. Now Shakira on to Nabosa. Corner 3. Nabosa fails to deliver. Nicely done by Nabosa. Nabosa picks up Kayaga. Corner 3. And Kayaga fails. That's a pushing foul. It's a pushing foul by Sylvia Nantongo. She picks up her second personal foul. It's actually her first personal foul. Possession back to the Jetty Lady Jaguars. The Jetty Lady Jaguars need to dig very, very deep. It's not going their way in the first quarter. Here comes Namvubia Shakira. Attacks the basket, picks up Batamuliza. And Batamuliza just fails to deliver. Very nice work by the referees today. Nashituka floats one up and fails to connect. Very, very tough shot by Sylvia Nashituka. Possession back to the Canons. 1 minute, 5 seconds. Here comes Lamuno. Picks up Namukwaya. And there's a turnover. Namukwaya tries to pick up Nachituka and the ball goes out of bounds. 55.7 seconds. Do not forget to subscribe for the viewers outside there. 9-point difference. Now again, on to Batamuliza, and that's another turnover. Here comes Nachituka. Picks up Nantongo for the 3. And Nantongo misses everything. Stolen possession. Very scrappy basketball here. And that's a 24-second clock violation. Canons just failing to take advantage of the 24-second clock. Now again, she pauses, makes up her mind, and she turns over, trying to force a pass. Here comes Matrina, and that's a foul by Shakira Namvubia. Takes 1 for the team with 11 seconds on the clock. It's going to be 2 free throws. Shakira Namvubia picking up a first personal foul. She gets the first one. Stretches the lead to 10 points. She gets 2 for 2. It's now up to 11-point lead. 11.1 seconds. The UCU Canons with only one team foul so far in the game. In the quarter, I beg your pardon. A very aggressive defense by Nashituka. Almost forcing a turnover. Navubia. That's a foul. Very, very aggressive defense this time by Nashituka. Possession still back to the Jetty Lady Jaguars. 1.2 seconds on the clock. Matter of catch and shoot. On to Nabosa for the three. And Nabosa fails to connect. And we have finally come to the end of the quarter. Dominant performance by the UCU Lady Canons. Very, very huge 11-point lead for them. It's 16 points to the Jaguars and 27 to the Jetty Lady Jaguars. Keep it Kawowo Sport. Don't forget to subscribe and to like what you're watching. More basketball action coming your way in a little while. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Tough times here in the first half for Kotsudi Ulanga and the Jetty Lady Jaguars, down by as many as 11 points. It's 16 points to the Jaguars and 27 to the UCU Lady Canons. Of course, these are the playoffs. Game 1, best of 7. It's not over until the fat lady sings or dances. I'm very, very sure the Jetty Lady Jaguars will come back and respond positively. Of course, the Jaguars dressed in white and the Canons in blue. All right, ladies and gentlemen, just a couple of seconds before the game can get underway. And on the floor for the UCU Lady Canons, Martina Anyango, Nachituka Sylvia, Zoya Tech, Nantogo Sylvia, and of course Sheila Lamunu, a dominant performance by Sheila Lamunu, contributing on both offense and defense. And for the Jetty Lady Jaguars, Masi Batamuliza, Sarah Ageno, Brenda Kayaga, Shakira Navubia, and Maimuna Nabosa. 16 points to the Jaguars and 27 to the Canons. Possession to the Jetty Lady Jaguars. It's actually to the Canons. We're going to make some changes. So table officials thinking it is possession to the Canons. Yes, it's to the Canons. The Jaguars' own defense. Coach Nicholas just smiling on the touchline. He was waiting for the decision. Now Zoya Tech for the Canons, taking her time with possession, picks up Lamunu. And the Jetty Jaguars are now playing zone defense. Lamunu for the 3, misses everything. And Martina with yet another rebound. Now Lamunu this time for the reload, and this time she misses everything. 24-second clock violation. Possession back to the Jaguars. Now Kayaga for the 3, and this time she also fails to connect. And look at Sarah Ageno, now Batamuliza, that's a foul. Nantongo with a personal foul. It's going to be 2 free throws. Masi Batamuliza will shoot 2 free throws. The question is, will she make 2 for 2? They have really, really struggled today. I mean, she misses the first one. Tries to take advantage of the charity line. She misses 2 for 2, gets her own offensive rebound. She redeems herself. And now Nabosa on to Shakira. Shakira for the 3. And Shakira misses. Position back to the Canons. The Canons with a 11-point lead here. Just a turnover. Poor pass. The Jetty Jaguars with an opportunity to reduce the leads. Now Shakira back to Nambosa. Now Kayaga Brenda crosses over, showing off her handles. Now Shakira on to Ageno for the three, and there goes Sarah Ageno with the triple. Beats the buzzer in style. It's down to an 8-point difference. Someone should tell Matrina Anyango the rules. Hand down, man down, you'll always get punished. Now Lamunu for the response. Lamunu misses everything. Now Kayaga Brenda on the rest is up she goes. Gets the 2 points. They're now on a 5-0 run. It's down to a 6-point difference. Now the Canons, they're yet to score a point in this quarter. Zoe Tech. Oh my goodness, beautiful defense by Sarah Ageno. She comes through very, very clutch on defense. Rotates very well. Now Zoe Tech, corner three, and Zoe misses also. Possession to Sarah Ageno. And the Jaguars, they're on a 5-0 run. Now Nabosa. Down goes Zoe Tech. Now Namvubia. Back to the Jaguars. Namvubia, Shakira. On to Kayaga. Kayaga floats one up and fails to connect. Look at Bata Muliza. And that's a block shot. Must say Bata Muliza just failing to connect. Now Nashituka stops and pops and also fails to connect. 7 minutes, 2 seconds, 6-point difference. And up goes Shakira. What was Shakira thinking about? Possession back to the UCU Lady Canons. And looks like Coach Nicholas makes a substitution. Out goes Zoe Tech. And on comes Hajara Najuko. 6 minutes, 56 seconds. Comfortable lead here for the UCU Lady Canons. Looks like Shakira Namvubia will go to the bench. The zone defense is really working for the Jetty Lady Jaguars. Now Nachituka, up she goes, and she's fouled by Mercy Bata Muliza. And where was the help defense? They're playing zone defense. How was Nachituka able to attack the baskets? It's 2 free throws for the UCU Lady Canons. And Nachituka finally gets the first points for the UCU Canons in this quarter. And she gets 2 for 2. It's back to an 8-point lead. Now Batamuliza on to Wangeshi. Wangeshi crosses over, just shows off her handles, puts up one. Oh my goodness. Nifty layup by Wangeshi. She backs the 2 points. It's a 6-point game. Now Nashituka on to Najuko. Najuko, the Canons just moving possession. Nashituka 3-ball, and there goes Nashituka on the triple. 9-point lead. These are the playoffs. This is why we love this game. Now Wangeshi on to Ageno. That's a pushing foul by Nantongo. Picks up a 3rd personal foul. It's actually her 2nd personal foul. It's just a side ball. Back to the Jetty Lady Jaguars. Now Kayaga Brenda. On to Nabosa. Now Marcy. The Canons still with possession. Now Wangashi for the long three. And this time she misses. And that's a 24-second clock violation. The Canons come through very aggressively on defense again. Still a 9-point lead for the UCU Lady Canons. Now Nantongo, Lamunu, Ageno, and Sheila Lamunu tries floating one up. Oh my goodness, the pickpockets. Wangashi with possession still. Pressure time here. Third quarter action. Now Nabosa. On to Najuko. Back to Ageno and Lamunu. Almost intercepting that one. 5 seconds on the 24-second clock. 4 minutes, 40 seconds. Now to Kayaga for the three. Up goes Kayaga, gets her own rebound, floats one, and fails to connect. Oh my goodness. The Canons with the dominance on defense. Now Martina for the 14-footer. And this time she misses everything. Now Wangashi onto Ageno. Ageno left all alone on the three. And Ageno fails to connect this time. Now here comes Sheila Lamunu. Squeezes one up, and Martina Anyango with yet another offensive rebound, gets 2 more points. It's back to 11-point game. Oh my goodness, this is what the finals is all about. And that's a turnover. Kotsudi Ulanga will make a double substitution. Mary Priscilla Nambogo back, Abba Bridget back, Azida Nabayunga back. Now Najuko. Najuko in the paint, up she goes. Just fails to connect. Now Wangashi will direct traffic. Wangashi to the basket again. And Masibata Muliza with the offensive rebound. The hustle in the paint is so out of this world. The referees not calling anything small there. Martina, 3-ball. And Martina misses. That's a foul by Najuko. Just being very, very aggressive on defense. Looks like Coach Nick will make a substitution of his own. Out goes Sylvia Nantongo. Nantongo only has 7 points today. Always in double digits during the UCU Canons games. Wangashi has failed to take advantage. Abba Bridget, that's the travel by Abba Bridget. She just moves her feet before bouncing the ball. Two minutes, 25 seconds. Still 11-point lead for the UCU Lady Canons. And there goes Masi Batamuliza on the steal. Hajara for the three. Oh my goodness, Hajara Najuko with the triple. Just punishes the Jetty Lady Jaguars. And it's now up to a 14-point lead. Now Abba Bridget just using her body. And that's an offensive foul by Abba Bridget. She gets a first personal foul. One minute, 47 seconds. It's the Canons taking on the Jetty Lady Jaguars. Here comes Namale. Picks up Nachituka for the three. And this time Nachituka fails to hit iron. The ball just goes out of bounds. 1 minute, 30 seconds. 14-point lead for the UCU Lady Canons. Now Azida Fex almost loses that one. Now Nambogo crosses over. Picks up Wangeshi, corner three. And Wangeshi misses everything. And the ball goes out of bounds. Possession back to the Canons. Very, very low scoring game here. Only 23 points put up by the Jetty Lady Jaguars. And 37 for the Canons. Position 2. The Canons. To the Jaguars. Now Kayaga. On to Masi. Now Wangeshi. Wangeshi crosses over. Floats one up. Oh my goodness, she should have completed that play. Spectacular move by Wangeshi. Just showing off her handles. Now Wangeshi again on the wrestles. Nambogo reloads, corner three. And Mr. Masi, that's a backcourt violation. 19.2 seconds, Coach Nicholas with a double substitution. It's 23 to the Jaguars, 37 to the Canons. Now Najuko on to Namale. Namale to Namukwaya. And that's a turnover. Wangeshi on the wrestles to beat the buzzer. Up goes Wangeshi. And this time she's fouled by Hajara Najuko. Najuko Hajara with her third personal foul. 1.1 on the clock. Wangeshi will shoot 2 free throws. She has 4 points for the Jetty Lady Jaguars. Again, Osara leading all scoring for the Jaguars with only 7 points. And Martina Anyango with 11 points. Very, very low scoring game here. And Wangeshi gets 2 for 2. And that's the buzzer, ladies and gentlemen. End of the third quarter. Thank you for being part of the Kawowo Sport live stream. More basketball action coming your way. 10 more minutes of action. Game 1 of the best of 7 is 25 points to the Jaguars and 37 to the UCU Lady Canons. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Last 10 minutes of the game. You can't imagine the Jetty Lady Jaguars have only scored 25 points in the first 3 quarters. In the semi-finals and the quarterfinals, they were averaging about 27 points in the first quarter. Actually, 23 points in the first quarter. And today they only have 25 points in the first 3 quarters. For the UCU Lady Canons, it's 37. And to the Jaguars, 25. And the Canons will begin the quarter playing defense. The Jaguars. Here comes Abba Bridget. Up she goes, squeezes one. Gets the 2 points. There goes Abba Bridget, making it a 10-point difference. Still zone defense. And Sarah Namale looking for options. She picks up Sylvia Nantongo. And Nantongo misses everything. It's a 10-point difference. Fourth quarter action here. Now Azida onto Abba Bridget, just using her body. And this time she's fouled. She'll shoot 2 free throws. That's another personal foul. It's going to be 2 free throws. It's so obvious. Still a 10-point difference. Third personal foul for Nantongo. And Bridget gets one. Bridget is a former UCU Lady Canons player. I mean, most of what she learned in the basketball game was taught by coach Nicholas Natuhereza. Bridget gets 1 for 2. Now Najuko for the Canons. It's a 9-point difference. Najuko fakes. Up she goes and she's fouled by Abba Bridget. Bridget just fails to rotate. When Coach Sudi Olanga just talking to his players, do not let her go to the side, let her attack through the middle. There's always congestion in the middle. And Hajara Najuko gets the first one. She also makes 1 for 2. Now Wangeshi on the races. She just hesitates. Mercy on to Azida. Azida gets an opening. Up she goes. And Mercy with yet another rebound. That's a turnover. Sarah Namale just forces one up. It's going to be a side one back to the Jaguars. Still a 10-point difference. The Jaguars with a lot of time on the clock. Now Kayaga Fex picks up Mercy. Now Wangeshi takes her time, up she goes. Oh my goodness, beautiful move by Wangeshi. It's an 8-point difference. Wangeshi with 8 points now for the Jaguars, leading all scoring. Now Namale, up goes Namale. Fails to get the positive results. And Coach Nicholas thinks there was a foul. Wangeshi taking her time. Now Bob Bridget onto Kayaga Brenda. And Azida just gets the rebound back to Wangeshi. Now Azida, corner three. And Azida misses back to the Jaguars. Wangeshi just showing off her handles. Now to Mercy Bata Muliza. And Mercy also misses. This is better basketball by the Jetty Lady Jaguars, with the crowd on their side. Now Hajara Najuko fails to connect. Now Nachituka, corner three, all alone, and she punishes the Jetty Lady Jaguars, and Kotsudi Ulanga with the timeout. 7 minutes, 9 seconds, 41 to the Canons and 30 to the Jaguars. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 30 points to the Jaguars, 41 to the Canons. The last 7 minutes on the clock. Wangeshi on to Bata Muliza, and that's a travel. Mercy Bata Muliza with the travel. And looks like the Jetty Jaguars are going to press. We'll play full court man-to-man defense. Or to Hajara for the three, and Hajara misses everything. But Bridget that cleans the glass, gets defensive rebound. Wangeshi, oh my goodness, with some sauce. Oh, to Azida, now Wangeshi. Wangeshi almost losing that one. Wangeshi to the basket, floats one up, misses everything. Masibata Muliza with the offensive rebound, but it's a 24-second clock violation. Looks like Azida will go to the bench. Maimuna Nabosa checks in. It's an 11-point lead for the UCU Lady Canons. And those are going to be 2 free throws. Those are going to be 2 free throws. The frustration on Kotsudi Ulanga. The UCU Lady Canons in the regular season finished second, and the JT Jaguars finished first. Now she took a Sylvia with the friendly roll. Gets the first one. She gets 2 for 2, stretches the lead to 12 points. Actually 13 points, I beg your pardon. Now Nabosa on to Abba. Abba using her body, picks up Wangeshi. Wangeshi crosses over, up she goes, still hustling. That's going to be a jumbo. Now she took her. And Wangeshi taking 1 for the team. This is what the game is about. These are the finals. This is game 1, of course. Five minutes, 44 seconds. It's a 13-point lead. For the UCU Canons. But she took her with a nifty crossover. As a turnover. Now Wangeshi with possession for the Jaguars. Picks up Ageno. Namboze for the 3. Fails to connect. Masibata Muliza almost getting the offensive rebound. Now Nashituka, 3-ball, nothing but the net. Nashituka with the triple. She now has 15 points for the UCU Lady Canons. Now Ageno also fails. Wangeshi long 2. Wangeshi connects. Wangeshi now with 10 points for the Jetty Lady Jaguars. Najuko also fails to connect. It's a 14-point difference. And the ball goes out of bounds. A very non-intentional turnover. 4 minutes, 22 seconds. And that's a blocked shot. Masibata Muliza with the rejection. Still a 14-point lead. Possession still back to the Canons. 4 minutes, 19 seconds. Now Martina Nyango almost getting the triple. And Masibata Muliza. Wangeshi on to Masi. Up goes Masi, and Masi fails. It's just not going Jetty Jaguars' way. Still a 14-point difference. Now Namukwaya for the long 2, and she banks it in. She cashes the 2 points. It's a 16-point lead. Nicely done by Coach Nicholas Natuhereza today. Now Wangeshi for the three. Wangeshi fails to connect. And that's a turnover. Down goes Nachituka. That's hustling for the rebound with Mercy Batamuliza. Hope it's nothing very, very serious. All right, welcome back. Possession to the Jetty Lady Jaguars. Now Ageno puts one up, trying to force one up, and fails to connect. Now 3 minutes to the end of the game. It's a huge 16-point lead for the UCU Lady Canons. Now Wangeshi onto Ageno. Ageno for the three, and Ageno comes up short. Martina Nyango also misses. Now Kayaga Brenda. Up she goes, makes the and one. There was some contacts by Sheila Lamunu. 2 minutes, 28 seconds. Brenda Kayaga will shoot 2 free throws. One free throw to complete the 3-point play the old school way. And she does it. Kotsudi Ulanga will make a substitution. And Nicholas Natuhereza with the timeout. It's 35 to the Jaguars and 48 to the Canons. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. 2 minutes, 25 seconds Possession 2, the UCU Lady Canons. Comfortable lead for the Canons. Now Martina just being very patient, pulls up for the 3 and fails to connect, gets a on-offensive rebound. Now Lamuno onto Zoe attack. Up goes attack. Well, that's a strip. Brenda Kayaga with the beauty on defense. Now Wangeshi. Now Nabosa for the 3. And Nabosa misses. And there goes Martina Nyango with the icing on the cake. She gets 2 more points, now stretches the lead to 15 points. Now Nabosa on to Kayaga, long 3, and Kayaga misses. That's a turnover. Back to Wangeshi. And Wangeshi fails to also connect again. Tough times here for the UCU Lady, for the Jetty Lady Jaguars. 1 minute, 7 seconds. The crowd cheering for the UCU Lady Canons. Now attack Zoe, just posting up onto Martina. Sylvia Nantongo comes through with the rebound. And that's a 24-second clock violation. Finally, the Jetty Lady Jaguars come through very clutch on defense. Less than 1 minute on the clock. Looks like Wangeshi will not be very aggressive. Kayaga Brenda. Now Nabosa. That's almost a turnover. Yeah, that's a jumbo. The referee calls for the jumbo. Possession back to the Jetty Lady Jaguars. Only 2 seconds on the 24-second clock. It's going to be catch and shoot. Yeah, that's the 24-second clock violation. Looks like you see the Jetty Jaguars the Jetty Lady Jaguar players never noticed there were only 2 seconds on the 24-second clock. And the UCU Canons will just run the clock. Dominant performance by Martina Anyango, who was in double digits. She had 13 points. And Silva Nashi took her with 15 points. And that's the final buzzer. Ladies and gentlemen, the championship battle is over here at the MTN Lugogo Arena. And tonight belongs to the UCU Lady Canons. They came into this final with one mission: to claim the crown. And they have delivered when it mattered most. The Jetty Jaguars fought bravely, but the Canons have stood tall on the biggest stage. UCU have done it again. They have taken game 1, and of course, this is a best of 7 series. I know the Jetty Lady Jaguars will come up very strong in game 2. Thank you for being part of the live stream today. Please do not touch the dial. More basketball action coming your way in the boys category. The City Oilers are going to be taking on the Namongo Blazers. Stay tuned, keep it Kawowo Sports.
Well, the UCU Lady Canons draw first blood, beating last year's finalists 50-35. Didn't seem like it with the statistics, others, but could ground Chilalamu. And that's it for game one of the Ladies National Basketball League finals. But now focus shifts to the men's final. It's a do or die game. You go big or go home, because it's either the Oilers close it tonight or the Blazers force a game 7 to take it to Hoima, where we shall allegedly play game 7. Let's step to some of the fans as the Blazers come to this game. Okay. Sir, how are you? How are you? How was the women's game? How was the women's game?
It was there.
What do you mean there?
It wasn't entertaining. It wasn't, didn't live up to the expectation. We expected a great matchup, but I think JT came into this game undermining it, while UCU Canons really looked the part. They looked like they wanted the game, and I think they got the game.
Do you think UCU can keep up this and win this in 3 games? In 4 games?
I think JT can win, and I think this is a final that can go for 7 games. It's just a question of can JT make the right adjustments? Can they get the job done? Otherwise, right now the Lady UCU Canons are the team to beat. They have been champions before. Nick knows how to win. Sudi Olanga is the first time he's in it's the second time he's in the final, so he has a lot of work to do, of course, but he is the favorite to win the final, so he has to make adjustments for it.
Okay, thank you. So the UCU Lady Canons drew the first blood with Nachi Tilka getting 15 points for the side, as Wengisha got 10 points for JT Jaguars. You can hear the crowd is all round up for game 6 of the men's championship as both teams enter the arena. The City Oilers donned in their white jersey, and the Blazers are not yet in, but the Oilers are coming in power, in vigor, in zig, because this is a final for them. They either go big or go home. Well, as I was saying, the City Oilers are here in their white jersey, all donned with vibe and vigor, with hype. They either take this or go home, and as you can see, they've come ready to close this because the trophies are also out the other side of the table. As we wait for the Blazers to also make an entrance to the